Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for checking out this video. My name is Andy-san, and in this video we're going to be reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong, which is out now on HBO Max or at your nearest theater. Now, this movie is, I don't even know where to start in this movie, just to be honest, okay? Because there was so many things that happened in this movie that I absolutely loved. If you were part of my live stream, then you got to experience that live, and you probably know what I'm talking about when I'm telling you this, that this movie was just amazing. It was fun. I had multiple scenes in this movie gave me goosebumps. We got to see a lot of Kong, a lot of Godzilla. We got to see way more than I expected of Mecha Godzilla, which was just blew me away on just how much time Mechagodzilla actually had in this movie. I didn't really think he was gonna have that much time. The fights in this movie really just stole the show, as they should, because I was gonna be real upset if they spent a little too much time on the human parts. Now, speaking of the human parts, these parts in this movie, every time there was these scenes with the humans, I actually didn't think they were that bad. I had a really good time, and they really were able to explain certain things, like the reason why Godzilla was acting the way he was acting. Now, there is what's his let me pull it up here. But there's certain parts in this movie where I felt like I noticed that they took some scenes literally from the King Kong versus Godzilla 1962 movie, and they kind of, just to pay homage to the classic. For example, like when Godzilla gets dropped into the Hollow Earth, he starts rolling down the mountain, right? In King Kong vs. Godzilla, the original, we see the same thing. When he gets taken to Hollow Earth, they drop him off, and he's rolling down that mountain. The other ones that I noticed was where they're fighting each other, and in the original classic, we see Kong grab the tree, and right before Godzilla uses his atomic blast, Kong jams the tree down Kong's throat. We see the same thing in the Godzilla vs. Kong movie. Instead of tree, it's the back of the axe, and right before Godzilla's doing his atomic blast, Kong just jams that thing in his mouth, which I thought was hilarious. We also see another scene where Kong is knocked out after he literally just got defeated by Kong. I mean, when Kong's knocked down, he just got defeated by Godzilla, and Godzilla just walking away, and that's when he's over there dealing with Mechagodzilla, and the only way to bring Kong back is to jumpstart his heart again, because Jaya can sense that Kong's heartbeat is going down, so he's dying, and Jaya can sense that. So the only thing big enough that they can use was one of those heave carriers that they use for the Hollow Earth. They just use that electricity shock to jumpstart his heart, which in the classic movie the same thing was done. Instead of a vehicle like they did in Godzilla vs. Kong, there was a thunderstorm that came out of nowhere, and one of the thunder lightning bolts hits Kong, and that's what brings him back. And in the classic, not only does it bring him back, but it gives him like these electricity powers, just to give him that upper advantage. So I think that once they added stuff like that in this movie, I loved it. I love the little tiny homages that they did to the classic, but also by doing Adam Wingard really by keeping his original style and really still separating it from the classic. Now the fights in this movie were just on another level. Like, we saw Godzilla do some things we never seen him do before, like walking on all fours. I think that was the only thing we've never seen him do, right? Walking on fours, really acting like a predator. It really reminded me of the scene from Shin Godzilla, where the first form, where the Godzilla doesn't have any arms and he's just kind of like swerving. That's kind of what it resembled. And Kong, though, I love the fact that he's smart. He's smart. Like, he can speak sign language. A lot of people didn't know he can do that, but he didn't want people to know. He was afraid what might happen if people found out that he knew how to talk. So that's why Jaya was the only one that knew about that. But the way this movie was, I can easily just talk about this movie for hours, but I'm trying to like keep it short for you guys. I really love the movie. The movie was just amazing. I honestly, some before the movie came out, I read a lot of that there was like the scenes where there was humans really could have been cut from the movie and the movie would have still been good. I agree with that. But there was a lot of reviews saying that the scenes in there was just not that good. I honestly believe that they were good. I believe this movie was it was fun. It was fun. And it's repeatable too. I've already watched it like 3 times on HBO Max and I loved it. And it has that repeatability. This movie might just be the most watched movie on HBO Max, beating Zack Snyder vs. Justice League. The only reason why I say that is because Zack Snyder vs. Justice League is 4 hours long. If Zack Snyder vs. Justice League still is watched more than Godzilla after a fair amount of time passes, I'm gonna be amazed because Zack Snyder's Justice League is 4 hours long compared to the almost 2 hour long Godzilla vs. Kong movie. You can watch Godzilla vs. Kong 2 times and still not be done with Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, just to put that out there. But this movie was amazing. I really loved it. I had fun with it. There was a lot of action in this movie. Some comedy in there. It didn't leave us with a little glimpse of what might happen, but I feel like they really need to make another movie because the way it ended, like it looked like Godzilla was if this is the last movie, I think it's not a good way to end it because you need to kind of improve. You need not improve, but like you need to expand on this. Like okay, what's gonna happen? What are the repercussions for Godzilla doing what he did? And what's Kong gonna do? I mean, there's so many people right now asking, like, we want more of this. Like, this is what we wanted. We should have had something like this in the first 2 movies. You guys spent way too much time on the humans and trying to make a good story when we just wanted some action. That's all we need. To see what happens when you guys give us some action, we just fall in love with this movie. But this movie is just amazing. But I'm giving this movie an 8.5 out of 10. Like an 8.5 out of 10. That, for me, in my rating scale, is really good. So, I gotta remember what I gave Zack Snyder Justice League. But it was pretty. Zack Snyder Justice League was high too. I love that movie too. This movie was amazing. CGI was great. It did a great job with the fights. I felt like I was in a boxing match. Like, get his ass, get his ass. I was Team Godzilla all the way, but they did so good at making me connect with Kong that there was times where I was like feeling for Kong. So that's how much of a good job they did with, the storytelling of Kong. And they really made me feel for Kong. But honestly, I can really go off and not even talk about, the actors in this movies. And honestly, if you're still watching this, if you watch this review that I'm giving and you haven't watched Godzilla vs. Kong, definitely go watch it. It is an amazing movie. And I hope that this is the start for something bigger. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed my review for Godzilla vs. Kong, please make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell button if you haven't. Really helps the channel a lot. And thank you guys We're almost at 500 subscribers. We almost can get there. I know we can do it. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next movie review or just on the next video. So peace.